Well, before the major, yeah. So that's kind of interesting to see the current major champions having that. There's a slump, and then there's that. That's
no team that's ever won a major championship has dropped out of a group stage. Virtus.Pro wasn't champions at the time that they did it at the first one. That was against Complexity. Every time that someone's been a defending champion, whether it's immediate or not, they've made it through to the group. So that just highlights how big of a slump this really is for Envy.
And also looking at this particular matchup and the veto as well, it's kind of difficult to pinpoint a map for EnVyUs which they could pick and I could say comfortably, oh yeah, this is their map. Like we had in the previous matchup with VP and Dignitas, it was pretty clear. While on the other hand, you have G2 who are good on a number of maps, especially on a map like Dust 2. So it's going to be interesting to see what each team picks and what the map pool is going to be like. I think it's going to favor G2.
I think so as well. I think Dust 2, like you said, would be great for them. Inferno, they were looking pretty good on as well. Mirage, they've been proven to play as well. It seems like Smiths is actually stepping up a little bit yesterday. He looked like he was very good with the AWP. So, interested to see where this one goes down to. Have we had the vetoes come in yet? Are we still waiting on those?
I have not seen them come on our screen as of yet, but I have an indicator. Okay, perfect timing. They must have had them waiting for you, Henry.
Yeah, of course, there it is.
So, EnVyUs on the top, G2 on the bottom. Ban from Envy immediately on Overpass. Mirage followed from G2. We start on Cobble, we go to Dust 2, and we finish on Inferno if required.
That's definitely a favorable map pool for G2. The Cobble pick for EnVyUs, they kind of had to go for that. I mean, they could have gone maybe for Cash, possibly. I don't really think a Train is a good map for them as well, but Cobble is something that G2 doesn't play as much. I think they're more comfortable on maps like Dust 2, Inferno, and Cash, definitely. So I guess that's a map they have to win in this best of 3 in order to have a chance of winning, because I favor G2 on both Dust 2 and Inferno, especially on Dust 2.
The thing about Cobble for me and EnVyUs, I really don't like that actual default play on it, on CT side especially. I feel like it's been very tested now. People don't know how to exploit it. It's Kenny S solo on the A site, sometimes with AWP, most of the time with an M4. And as soon as you kill him, you know you can just smoke off connector and balcony, and everyone seems to be exploiting that quite a lot these days. And no one seems to really be adjusting and making this actually a stronger site for them. It looks like we are getting into this one. Is this the pistol straight away?
It is the pistol straight away. So, Yanko, you can be dismissed. I apologize that we did. Unless you want to stay and do play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Devil watching drop and I'm gone.
No, not happening. Devil is watching the drop, though. That much is correct. He's fallen off it, though. It's a passive set now from EnVyUs, who elect to go with all 5 on armor, no kits. And Scream going to take down MBK to start it off. G2, great start, in fact, because they've also got RPK to drop Apex. And this is a great position for them to be in with the bomb down, having the advantage. Again, no kits, so it just is a matter of holding off, even just for the amount of time needed. EnVyUs, but Kenny S, Devil with 2, get back into this as it all comes down to just body. And he's going to get taken down by Kenny.
Wow, so looking like a very promising start for G2 there, getting the kills and the bomb down as well, but a lovely retake coming in there, and Devil stepping up tremendously. Nice P2000 kills and Kenny to finish things off, so it's 1-0 on the CT side of EnVyUs. And G2 do get the bomb down, so you'd assume they'll be buying up next round in the third with the AK-47s, but there it is. We expected G2 to almost run away with this in terms of what we've seen recently, but we know EnVyUs have been coming out on social media recently, Matt, and saying they're not giving up, they want to make this lineup work, they're not just going to change the roster and kind of give up. They're going to actually work at it, and I think they obviously have the talent there. This lineup's been proven time and time again.
Absolutely.
So it's
a matter of balancing personalities, getting the roles back in play.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Happy today, because he is the one who's very good at lurking on this map at the drop. He kind of established that was a viable situation that you could do for a lot of teams. Again, meta-defining, but he's also been a problem in some aspects as of late, because he's been so slow on his lurks. But Scream starts it off. Devil goes down behind the statue. A good deagle play, and Body's gone inside the site. Try and hold this back. And RPK's got at least one on the Happy, but it's a good response. NBK swift with the MP9, and Kenny, well, he's had a good start to this match as well.
Early stuff so far, but it's going to be EnVyUs bouncing back. Comes down to a 2 versus 1. Still Scream with that Desert Eagle, finally taken down by Apex there. So there it is. Second round has been gathered by EnVyUs. It got a bit interesting there towards the start with the Scream headshot, but ultimately a decent round for G2. They've done significant damage to the economy of EnVyUs there, taking down 3 rifles with them, and another plant as well. That means they're going to have such a strong buy going into the final, well, the first gun round, I should say, yeah. But here we go then. Here it is. AKs have arrived. No orbs for either side yet, but it's going to be nice, healthy grenades as well for GT. We'll see how they approach this. I talked about EnVyUs just before we went into this. Like, it's quite predictable what they do on the A sites. Kenny there alone most of the time. Teams are starting to exploit that now, but we'll see how they approach this situation. GT now sending most of the team, actually all 5 players it seems, towards the B bomb site. Actually going for the straight up rush here. Incendiary's dropped. Who's going to get this first frag as they make their way in?
It is Devil that at least finds one. Again, dancing behind the statue. He's got an assist onto NBK's 2 kills. And Apex has 2 of his own. Brilliantly done. EnVyUs hold on. First gun away from G2. And EnVyUs looking very solid on that B position. The retake and the pistol impressive, and that hold very, very effective.
Well, G2 obviously, like I said, they got a lot of kills in those second and third rounds. So they are hoping that their EnVyUs economy would be a little less swelled than it was. They didn't expect the incendiaries to be dropped straight away. Went for a straight up B rush there. Needed to find early frags going in, but unfortunately, it's just a decent crossfire from EnVyUs capitalizing. And it's going to be 3-0 in favor of the former world champions. Bouncing back, Matthew. Are you believing this is it?
It's a large former. I'm not. No, stop. That's ridiculous.
Too soon?
One online match? Come on.
Come on. You've got to have some faith.
All right, well, if they win Malmo.
Okay. Then you're back on board.
Then I'm back.
You're back on the hype train.
They make it to the semis in Malmo. NBK going to take down Body, the new member of G2. Scream that's going to be walking in again with just the deagle. And NBK is waiting in the open, mind you, so he needs to be slick about this because any flash down could have gone for a quick refrag. NBK will get it with the Tech 9, not before losing 2 of his teammates, and Happy will come in to finish him off, clean him up. And Apex there, so 4-0 EnVyUs.
One of the things I do like about EnVyUs' Cobble is MBK on the CT side. He can be very strong in that drop-down room. Time and time again, he's proven himself to be a very valuable asset for his side in that position. So he picks up a few frags there, obviously against the upgraded pistols, but still 4-0 in favour of EnVyUs now. We go into the next gun round. It's Smiths. I called him up before. He's impressed me yesterday with the AWP. He's currently on 0 for 4, but now he has got the AWP. Same story for Kenny S as well. This battle, you'd assume on paper, would be favouring Kenny, but current form would not suggest going into it. I guess if you talk about Kenny, like the team's been playing bad, but Kenny's actually been stepping up quite a lot for his team. It's not like he's been the problem. He is finding frags.
Another Titan situation, isn't it?
Wow, that's what I'm thinking.
Poor Kenny. It's like AZ when he goes over to FaZe. Hey, welcome aboard. You've been playing sick on Dignitas. Can you just top frag while we all suck again?
Well, that's pretty vicious there, man.
That's all right. It was a true point. I'm not saying it's a permanent description of those teams. I'm just saying that was the situation at the time.
All right. Good backpedaling.
It's not backpedaling, it's truth. You're the one who backed me into the corner. I just stated facts.
4-0 now, and we can see G2 slowing things down. They've got control of long A as well and towards middle. It's actually a change of setup here for EnVyUs. As I was saying before, they normally have pretty poor reading of the game, but it's actually Apex coming back in. RPK gets dropped. That's an audacious face from Apex, but he does manage to make it work from 5-4 now, continuing their form. As Scream actually getting pressured here. I don't think he expects this. It's Apex who finds the second as well. Lovely stuff from him. Now they can fall back. They don't need to do any more work here. It'd be crazy to try and face any more angles here, but it looks like they will be doing just that. I'll be falling back from middle slightly. And now it's up to Shocks. And he can drop down. He's going to get caught out by Happy.
Well, it's Body that's going to take down Apex. It's the only kill so far for G2, but Smiths is still alive. He's got Happy. Devil's position, though, because the ball might be down at the bottom of mid, but he's going to try and go around and catch out Smiths. Problem is that his timing, thankfully, NBK's there, because Smiths, if he grabbed that, had a chance to run it back toward B. Good kill. He's brought this down. Just 2 remaining, but Devil's going to come back into this, and Smith's not at all aware. Time's up. Not only that, he's going to die after the time. The op's gone.
That means you get no money. You can have a look at Smith's screen right now, $200. And he was the AWPer, of course, so he'd have saved that. That would have been great. But it's another very convincing round for EnVyUs there. They're actually looking a little bit more aggressive. It seems like they found their mojo finally. Facing towards middle and hunting for kills and utilising their sick fraggers they have available. As Apex who stepped up that round. Double AWP set up this time, so Kenny S and Happy will be setting up turrets on either side of the map. This is the classic setup I was mentioning before. Kenny S will be going towards danger, looking for that first pick. Devil listening out for footsteps. All 5 players, 4G2 towards that side of the map will be flashing through and trying to swarm the bomb site here.
Happy just staring this down right now from behind this statue. It's Devil again that finds one. Happy's peeked at the right time. Spots another toward the arch, but can't find the angle. It's RPK inside of the site. Now Happy overwhelmed, has Shocks come out from drop because they go passive. And nobody realized that memo toward his teammate because suddenly he's left in the open, but Apex does get RPK back. And it comes to a 2 versus 2. These Tech-9s have done a reasonable job. They still have the bomb up. And Smiths is going to try and do some backpedaling, as you would say, Henry.
Yeah, the Tech-9s, they'll get you if you're not careful. 2-on-2 now, but the weaponry advantage is still heavily in favour of EnVyUs. G2 unable to salvage a rifle just yet. They have got the bomb on towards Smiths and a smoke grenade as well, but KennyS ready for this. Oh, that's a shot I thought he was going to hit. It does get dinked in the process. Smoking off the balcony now. Actually staying here as well. This is quite clever, you know.
Let's just look how far they push Kenny back.
Okay, they just come back and shoot the smoke anyway. Shocks gets him through the smoke. 2-on-1 now. Apex in a horrible position as they have managed to get the bomb plant in the process.
Apex nades out, does do decent damage onto Shocks. It'll help him with the M4, which doesn't have the high damage potential that the AKs do, but it's Tech-9s. He's against crossfire set. Shocks holds it, and G2 now, again, similar situation to what we saw in the first game this morning. Winning their first round, but putting a reset into what was an eco for them. So look at the buy. Look at their money post-buy.
Well, Scream will be dropping an AWP as well, so it's not going to be fantastic after that. So they will be able to do something with this round. They need to start getting a couple of rounds together, though. After this, $1,400 will mean another eco coming in. It's a change of setup here, though, for EnVyUs. This is what I was talking about. They actually look like they've got some new tricks up their sleeve here. 3 players towards long A, and there's going to be KennyS with them as well. They're going to have to be challenged by Smith with the AWP. And we'll see whether they can bounce back after that second round. Oh my God, it's a great start there. EnVyUs kicking things off with 2 frags towards long A. Once again, can afford to fall back to the bomb side now, but that crossfire working out so efficiently, not even dropping a single bit of damage in the process. So now 3 players towards of G2 towards the B bomb site, and not really many options here. Body needs to find something with this as he's going in first.
Devil's the one behind the statue that's waiting for this entry. He's been fairly decent so far early on in this game. Spots out, has to hit the shot, can't do it early, but does manage it. Down to 8 HP is the problem. As RPK, he knows, has crossed over behind the boxes as well, and RPK's got the lineup. He's got more than that in front of him, but it's NBK that's going to take him down. 4 stay alive for Envy, and it's a full reset coming in now for G2.
Yeah, they could force this again if they wanted to. You can see Smiths and RPK have got 3,400 and 2,800. So they could do something with this. I would say take the full eco and try and spread the wealth in the next round. But EnVyUs really coming to life now. Not going to be using the double AWP setup for now. Just KennyS back on that weapon as we go into round number 8. Is this a force buy? I think it is. So they've gone for Tech-9s.
Wow. It was late.
So we've got RPK on $1,900 still, but this will mean almost certainly an eco coming in. But here we go then. KennyS, Apex, lighting up the scoreboard here. Scream does answer back, but the bomb has been dropped, so they are going to be able to rotate here. The CT's in full control of this situation. 2 players remain for G2, and Happy with great control of the map here. You'd have thought he would get that kill all day long, but somehow doesn't land it. And Scream gets one back. And he has gone down to 48 HP though. They have got the bomb as well, so still a small chance of taking this one, but got their well cut out for them, I have to say.
Scream goes all the way back to T-spawn. Wrapping the long way to beat. Perhaps thinking someone might be occupying the tunnels, but a minute to play with. Needing at least 1 kill on entry as they've divided up. 2 players over toward long A, searching still for information, but it is going to be NBK that waits at this arch.
Scream's got him incendiary.
Yes, perfect play.
If he was to actually drop this could be perfect, but actually NBK does move in time, so that possibility is eradicated. They are smoked out as well, giving their position away.
Yeah, and the problem is that smoke, which is going to delay them, is also going to call for the rotation, which means the chance to isolate NBK has gone. Flash down, RPK looking over top of the drop already.
They're committed now as well, so RPK needs to do something with this. They're going to be sitting between drop down and upper. It's going to come down to RPK to find his first frag, but NBK is watching him like a hawk. Does a lot of damage there, but finally gets the kill, and now it's just up to Scream. Gets the first headshot. 10 seconds to play with. Going to be flashing off and going for the frags here.
And it is still easily dealt with as Scream covers the angle on the cross. Or rather, excuse me, Devil covers the angle onto Scream. Names backwards, dyslexic. I have a dog complex.
Yes, you do.
Do you get it?
Yes.
All right, good.
It's quite good for you. That's 7 plays 1. GT made it interesting at least. They did force buy into that round with the Tech-9's head armor. Didn't really have to use the utility too much. Just found the Tech-9 kills once again, but 7 plays 1 now, and they're going to be on another eco here. Just upgraded pistols, Tech-9, Desert Eagles, and PT-50. Boost coming in towards drop down. Going to be happily taken up then. He gets the first kill on towards Shocks as well. Still going to be battling towards middle. That's Apex. But he is found by Body. He's by himself, so no reflex coming in. They will be able to salvage a weapon here. That's Smiths. Picked up the M4 with 4 HP. You'd assume we'll be swapping that over to a teammate here, but looks like he actually wants to do something happen this. I would say that's a little bit silly. Could have given that back to a teammate and actually had the chance. Someone like Scream to try and get some taps there, but it's MBK going absolutely nuts. He does find 4 frags, all with the MP9 as well. Farms a lot of cash in the process there. He now has $8,500. So here we go then. It's still money not fully stabilized for G2. Can't get the AWP just yet, but they will have AKs, armor, and of course the nades as well.
8-1 for EnVyUs to start things off on Cobblestone.
The CT side, no less.
Absolutely so. Kenny S, AWP. Out toward long, 2 rifles with him to get him in a better position. Devil going to be watching out toward long again this time. Seems like they're finally getting Devil into comfortable positions. Certainly in this map, he's found his foot because he's been able to at least answer on the trades. This time it's a 1-for-1 again. Now, although the trade favors the T side, it does slow them enough for MBK to turn back, but Scream has 2 of his own. And finally a chance to get the bomb planted. It's going to be the flank rotation coming in from EnVyUs based on their positionings out toward long A. They're going to have to be quite quick about this.
Well, they have got the entry kills required, and now the CT's rotating in. They are watching all the correct angles. They're not rushing the situation. Want to make sure the bomb is planted at the correct time. And there it is. Shox takes on Apex. They've got a real strong chance here as well. Kanyes on the retake is actually happy from the upper ramp. It does take down Shox with him. So 2-on-2. They have got kits. This kill's going to be huge. It's Scream to take him down. Now happy left in the 2v1 situation. It is very good in these clutches, but I think this might be a stretch too far. There it is. Scream with another headshot there. 4 kills this round map. When this guy goes off, it's always very impressive. In that tree area, boosted up after getting those entry frags as well. So lovely stuff from him. But once again, the reset is ever looming. As they have to fully reset into this, and they're going to be having a lot of grenades purchased. So EnVyUs still have a hot chance of getting 2 rounds and forcing G2 on another double eco.
Kenny going to hold top of middle this time. Slight gap in that Cobblestone, he'll take advantage of it. Apex already going passive on long as well. That's going to give up the position which G2 slowly trying to evaluate and figure out if they can take advantage of. Bomb over toward the B tunnel as they also look at drop and body. Wants to do damage to his old teammate, Devil, who's been playing in that position throughout the entirety so far of the half.
It's G2 once again focusing towards our long A area. They have got full control of it once again, so I'm talking about pushing the CTs back. It's Kenny S holding this position towards the top of middle. He's very good at getting frags from this point, so it's quite a defensive position. Once you get the kill, you always are falling back, and it's all down to whether you hit that first shot. But now G2 repositioning themselves back towards B. Smiths has got the AWP this time as well, so you'd assume here we're going towards the upper platform, trying to work the pick. He's slowly edging in. Devil, that's an audacious face. Not one I would recommend, especially if you're not really having backup from the teammate, but it's going to be Scream getting his next kill. 5 versus 3 now. Body's taken down to low HP. MBK needs to step up here. Drops a bomb. Spraying. Doing what he can, but it's not quite enough. 3 plays 2 now. Advantage in favour of G2. As you say that, though, Kenny S finds a kill towards Smiths.
And they're split right now. The problem is that Body has the bomb, but he's only got 6 HP, so it's all too easy, you would say, for Happy, who shoulder peeks, spots him, and then goes back in. It was like he was planned not to respond, but it does give Kenny a chance to still try and catch out Scream. Not going to happen. We know him for, yeah, whatever.
We did that joke to death yesterday, so.
8-3 now, reset avoided, but they still have a large reinvestment based on the fact that they lost 3 members, so EnVyUs will be forced onto pistols. This is G2's chance back into the half.
Yeah, in terms of economy, this is a great chance to stabilize everything. Finally, they have broken EnVyUs as well. They're just going to be having Desert Eagles and some P250s here. No real stack coming in from what I can see at the moment. This could be a default setup, and looks like G2 maybe just going for a straight up B play here. All 5 players towards the upper ramp, sticking together. Buddy system got to be used effectively. And Devil, just as a Desert Eagle. This would be an absolute masterclass if you could find anything from this.
Good start though for Scream again, this time to find Devil in return. But he's gone down to 26, and the Deagle finding one before that looks all right. Trying the flank. Happy's found by Shox. He doesn't know there's 2 coming though, and Kenny's able to tap away and get him with the P250. That's going to give up an AK, so RPK already considering the options that this is now a retake possibility. Has turned back, and thankfully Body will turn down and find Apex. I haven't said Body's name much in terms of getting kills so far, but G2 struggling to find rounds early.
There it is. They do get their 4 of those, so it's going to be 8 plays 4 now, but EnVyUs will have enough to buy into this round. I don't think they'll be the best buy. You can see, I think, as Apex is on low money. He's going for the 5-7 and head armor here. It's, I'd say I'd take the risk and not have the head armor like the rest of his team are doing, considering the situation. But we have got the all back onto Kenny S, who has been playing relatively well on the A site and doing well in his rotations as well. Let's see what GT brings to the table this time. They have had a lot of success towards this long A area, getting control of that, falling back towards B. It's pretty much textbook CS in terms of how to play this map. Happy they're going for the face with this flashbang from danger. Not going to spot anything for it though, but RPK is aware of his position now. This frag is going to be huge. He's going to be happy getting the first one, but answered back straight away by RPK.
So 1 for 1. Terrorists trying to exploit that fact. MBK going to rotate back over, has to go passive. Already one player in stables, RPK. And MBK, I don't think, spotted that. So he's going to look up toward Hut, and RPK has this angle held right now. Watches him as he drops down, but can't find the shot. NBK still alive, then will find the shot on his Smithson. With bomb now down, NBK is going to shuffle. Gets off the ledge, goes back down in the smoke, and he gets the second shot onto RPK as well. It's on to body, finds 2, but immediately taken down after.
There it is.
Apex gets 3 kills in that round.
Massive stuff from him, and they pick up the double orb setup as well, so they go back to that for the last 2 rounds. The money's still in the difficult times for G2. You can see 3 players, I think, will be on pistols here. Actually, Smith can buy an AK as well, so potentially 2 Tech 9s coming in. It's going to be Shocks and Body. Shocks still yet to buy. Has he got a gun drop for him? Is he going Glock?
I mean, Shocks has the least amount of kills in the server right now, so he doesn't deserve a gun, Henry.
I'm going to say, if you get a Glock there, that's pretty bad times for him, but he has upgraded to a PT50 here. 5 men towards B once again. They're hoping Scream can make something happen here. As I said, Happy finds him. He's got a flashbang effectively onto the site though, and it's looking like EnVyUs stepping up once again though. Shocks does find the kill onto Happy, but still a 3-on-2 in favour of EnVyUs.
RPK now going to look inside of the site. Smoke deployed. Front of Kenny S at the rock. Flash over top of that as well. Those are thrown by Shocks, who apparently not buying a gun. Doesn't matter because he's picked up the AK. See if he can finally get some openings with it. RPK, good shot, good accuracy, but taken down. Shocks does get Apex, but it's Kenny with the AWP that's now left in the one-on-one from afar. And the bomb dropped inside of the statue. Kenny just has to hold the angle, and Shocks needs to find a way to get across safely. And as he goes, Kenny, well, flower pot to save him. Let's go for the shooting practice. The nade takes Shocks down to 38, though, so Kenny's got an option to go for the pistol here. Try and get closer. One more shot with the AWP into the smoke, and he's going to hold on to that a little bit longer. Flash goes over to the right. Shocks sees it last minute, looks away. Kenny's desperate, hoping that he's going to pop out. Shocks is playing this so passively, and he'll take advantage of the smoke at the last possible second to look to get an escape up toward the B-long position. Potentially try and get away on this, but Kenny wants to hold it. Kenny wants to get inside of that smoke. The spray is going to discourage him. He hasn't found the kill yet. Kenny goes for the face, hits the shot, but does he have the time? He does. The kit's going to do this. Kenny, what a brilliant play.
Lovely stuff from him. Very patient. He didn't want to overextend there. Obviously with the AWP, those situations you've got a player behind smoke and stuff, he did get the nade onto him and got him down to 38 HP, but he wasn't aware how much damage he did there. Forced him back towards the platform area. The fake defuse comes in with the smoke as well. It's actually really effective because had he died there, obviously it would have been a bit of a blunder, but the fact he stayed alive and forced Shocks out of position didn't really give too much away in terms of what was going on. He manages to pick up the round. It's 10-4 now in favour of EnVyUs. They hit double figures here on the CT side of Cobble. But G2 getting a plant down do have decent cash to work with at least. They have Tech 9s and AKs. It has boosted what would have been a horrible round. But here we go then. Final round of the first half. It's looking like that 3-man setup towards long A once again. It's Apex going aggressive. Gets the first kill. Looking for a double here. Not really happening as Smiths takes him down. Shocks finds a kill onto Devil as well.
Slows things down considerably as Kenny falls back down through the stables. Smoke deployed late by him is going to be doubled up by NBK. Just flashes now left on EnVyUs' side. Smith's on the Tech 9, is the 6 HP player. He can afford to be a martyr if he has to in these situations. He can afford to try and find the information. They're going to flash NBK in. They want to try and offset this difference immediately, and NBK...
It's good positioning.
This is very good considering how late in the round it is, but his gun barrel, Smith, doesn't peek it, thankfully, and MBK is actually going to fall off of that. If he stayed, I dare say he would have had a kill at least walk toward him. And now he's going to get caught out. Headshot as well. So despite he gets Smith's, who was at 6, he's damaged, weakened significantly, and Body's able to just drop him.
Yeah, 3-on-2 now. Now the terrorists trying to make their way to the bomb site. The problem is they have got Kenny S waiting for them to cross. They haven't got the smoke. They have got a Molotov, but they use it on the bomb site. It's probably the worst place to use it considering the position of Kenny S. The flashbang is effective though, so RPK gets in a decent position. They have made their way onto the bomb site though, so it will be planted, but Happy and Kenny S on the retake.
Bomb Goes down, but RPK gets Kenny immediately when he jumps back in. Happy's going to try, but he's cut out by Shocks through the vent. So 10 plays 5 at the half. G2 starting off extremely slow. Took them 5 rounds just to pick up 1. Do manage to string together, 4 out of the last 6. So
That's when Scream was just kicking off at that point. These entry frags he was getting towards the latter stages at half were absolutely insane. Some 4-mans, 3-mans, and clutch situations going in their favour, but ultimately EnVyUs hitting double figures on the CT side of Cobble, that's pretty massive for them. And it's looking like a very successful Cobble campaign so far. Pistol will mean everything for G2. They need to make sure they get this as we go into the second half. Now we'll have a look at the buy coming in. CTs, G2 normally go for 5 sets of armor. You know, looking like that may happen this time. Body will be picking up the defuse kits and the 2 flashbangs. We'll have a look at EnVyUs as well. 4 sets of armor and Apex with the smoke grenade. So normally they've got actually a couple of pistol rounds they like to run EnVyUs. They have the one where they smoke off towards Chicken Coop and split the B bomb sites. But it looks like they're actually changing that completely this time, actually rushing towards long A with 4 players. And we'll see how this one goes down for them. Smith's falling back to their bomb site. Here's the footsteps. And they haven't really got the utility to hold them off. Let's see how this one goes down.
RPK.
It's like they're all around the world. So they rushed all the way to long A, pushed the CTs
I want
back.
to see them go back around the world. Let me call it toilet bowl.
Okay.
Because then the water just keeps spinning, you know? Get
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Cool. But if Renegades did it, it would go the other direction.
Yep. Different hemisphere.
Screen flashed off though, so you're right. It is backed over to the B site. They try and force that rotation, but it's red. And G2's back in good position, not to mention Scream still out towards the chicken coop. It's 3-2 in the trades though, as Happy finds 2 very quickly in RPK and Smiths. And MBK, he's going to close down the last man in the site. Leaves Body to try and rotate back in through the doorway, but never really had much ground.
Unorthodox pistol, I have to say. You don't see that much these days. Rushing 4 players towards long A, pushing the CTs back, then instantly going back through danger and all the way back towards B. It's obviously worked very effectively there, but like I said, EnVyUs normally do a slow-paced B play, and they normally smoke off Chicken Coop and just make their way in with flashbangs, but there it is. 11 plays 5. G2 will be forcing up into this second round. Deagles and CZs can be very effective at close range, especially on a map like Cobble. Scream going aggressive towards long A here. Does get dinked as well, and it's going to be Kenny has to pick up the kill with the Mac-10 and takes him down. I think RPK was trying to salvage the Desert Eagle, perhaps. He's only got a 5-7. We'll be just deciding to fall back here. Man advantage in favour of EnVyUs, so.
Kenny refacing though in RPK. He's there, gets the shot with the 5-7. There's no need. That distance with an SMG.
Yeah, that's definitely not required. That's just a 50-50 play, facing it in that sort of range, but Happy does find the kill back, and he'll be making his way to the B side as well, looking to cause more. There's so many 1-on-X situations here for EnVyUs. This is such a big game for them, and they are going to rectify it with Devil taking out RPK. That should be the round secured, but a lot of questionable decisions.
Very much so. Shocks though, back over crossing past the vent. Blown out by Apex, trying to get some damage into him as early as possible. And Shocks is going to pursue it. He follows in his footsteps, but it's not going to do him any good. And EnVyUs now 12 rounds onto the 5 that G2 accumulated in the first half.
Well, this will be a full eco as well coming in, so you can assume it's going to be 13 plays 5. G2 just have to take this on the chin, take a full eco here. RPK gets a P250, and Scream and the rest of his teammates will just be on absolutely nothing here. As we go into round number 18. Apex will be the recon player. Here's the MP7. He's aware of this situation. He can probably throw himself into the bomb sites first and call if there is a stack, but Kenny S needs to be gone here to go in first here. Screw the MP7. I want the kills with my AK. Let's see what we can do here. We're making our way to the side very effectively. CTs just don't really have much to work with there. Shocks is finding a kill onto Happy, but this is now far removed from the map and the action as they're smoked out of connector as well.
Kenny behind the rock as well, has a good position to hold off away from this bomb, which is being planted now. Thank you very much, Observer, to show us such. As MBK puts it down, but not looking good. Shocks just probably likely going to hold on to that AK-47. It's, again, as you say, money not perfect going into the first counter round. It's worth it for him to hold that. And they will slowly start to fade off of this. RPK just going to hold an off angle, hoping that maybe he can get another kill. Best case scenario, get another kill and another gun.
Indeed. Well, they have got the AK in hand. Let's see what they can do to try and save this. Doesn't look like EnVyUs will be hunting right now. They want to just build as much bank as they can, make sure they have lots of rounds to play with. They know G2 will have guns regardless anyway, so it's not a huge deal. It's more interested in keeping their own weapons here. So there it is. 13 plays 5 now. EnVyUs coming close to map points. We're going to round number 19, and that saved AK does definitely help boost the economy a little bit of G2. No AWP though on Smiths. We talked about him before. It looked great yesterday. He's actually on 4 for 17 now, Matt. So that goes to show you how different days can affect different players here. He was lights out yesterday, carrying them in certain situations. We didn't see them on Cobble, to be fair.
No, we did not, but this is, you're dead right, a different side of the coin for Smiths. EnVyUs going for the quick execution. Couple flashes popped over. Apex going to try and advance with those now out. It's MP7 for him, so he can afford to go in early, try and get that information. Shox has the kit. That's all due to the fact that he saves the AK. He's able to bring out a little bit more utility. And they drop down the bomb. Scream with the kill, but MBK, he's gotten across. Good tap from Scream. Finds MBK again, though. And with the smoke on the alley and Drop giving up, he's got to go more passive, but he's going to hold the ground. They can't get across toward the bomb at all, and he's going to bring 2 players over his way from A site. And they'll hold from the archway inside the drop. This is smart, though. This is a way to catch them off. They wouldn't expect the boost, and Kenny, he only gets the 1. RPK's able to hold it. He can't keep the trigger discipline aligned. But Smiths, the man you call out, is going to clutch it in the one-on-one.
Scream just doesn't want to go down without a fight here. He's on 18 kills right now. Every situation they're up against the ropes, he seems to find kills out of nowhere. Headshots, of course. And it's going to be 13-6. But like I said before, EnVyUs have built up a decent bankroll here. They will be forcing into this one. They actually had enough money to do a full investment, but they're actually going for the more conservative play. Something I don't think I've ever said about EnVyUs. They seem to force into every opportunity they ever get themselves into. Maybe this is a new approach, perhaps.
A revolution.
Oh, indeed. I think Happy's calling now as well. They changed it from MBK. So, got a B-rush coming in. It's going to be Scream opening things up once again. And Kenny Este with their Tech9 doing some work.
Well, it's just he and Happy that remain, but he's picked up an AK, Kenny. Unfortunately for him, RPK's there, but you're dead right. Bomb plant will help. Happy pop flash off the edge of the flower pot, the tree bed, whatever you want to call it, Henry G.
I want to call it the tree bed.
Tree bed?
Yes.
You just like beds.
I knew what you wanted.
All right.
I mean when you're asleep and you're not near me.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm sleeping on the floor tonight.
I'm not even going to my own house. Don't worry about it.
It's true.
So if you want to sleep on the floor, be my guest.
I will.
That's where you feel most at home. But 13 plays 7 now. EnVyUs, like I said, after getting that bomb down, and actually with a conservative partial buy last round, we'll have a full buy this time. We can see the money for G2. Scream actually with no nades whatsoever, but it turns out he doesn't really need them. He just needs people in front of him to walk into his crosshair and then drive them up. He's around 21 now. Rolling with the AK-47. 3 players with G2 toward the A side of the map as well, going for that crossfire mentality. Kenny S is holding strong towards the top of middle. The rest of his teammates do work towards B. MBK to be flashing through the first smoke here. There's another one waiting on the other side.
Body. Trying to get a little bit more aggressive in that alleyway. But he doesn't play it in the same fashion that Devil did, that's for sure, because Devil was far more aggressive, far closer to the choke point. With that hole in the wall, and they give up so passively. Passive on both approaches. If Body plays that far back, and Shox gives up that much at drop room, there has to be an answer. There has to be a game plan here, and it's just sitting ducks right now because of flash in, and Body's gone as well. Execution swift from EnVyUs no less, but the fact that it's just down to Smiths. 1 versus 3 bomb. He's dropped back in the tunnels though. That's one thing that will buy him time. If he could find 1 kill, isolate out Kenny S, there might have been a chance with timing, but Kenny gets the kill. I mean, that's just so passive on both sides of the bomb site.
Absolutely. It's Apex going absolutely nuts there until his drop down, gets 2 frags, opens that side of the map and gets the rotations as well. As you said, G2 going for a little bit of a risky play towards the A bomb site, hoping that would work out for them, but EnVyUs reading it perfectly. And they've actually forced G2 in a difficult position now. They have got the AWP on Smiths, but it's not like he's been going big this game. It's been very quiet affair from him. 3 pistols and 1 M4 on towards Shox. I think you want to give that M4 to Scream, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. It's the only real chance they've got, but he's in the CZ on the upper platform so far. Molotov's coming in, and EnVyUs now in a very passive hold. They know what's happened here in terms of the money for G2.
Smoke out. Scream playing forward of it. CZ 75 for him to try and utilize. The off angle, but the flash comes through, and he's spotted by MBK, who advances. Well-timed flash. EnVyUs working with each other perfectly, and already Smiths with an AWP looking to save.
That's pretty much all he can do here.
15-7. Going to be map point already for EnVyUs on map 1 of the French Revolution.
I thought you said it was like the
French battle.
The French battle.
I don't know. What other war references can we get in France? Retreating.
Oh, God.
Divide and conquer?
Yeah.
Divide and conquer. We'll go with that one. Which is what they've done to LDLC's team by taking Body and Devil.
That's good. Well, to be fair, I'm sure LDLC made a pretty penny out of that transaction, so I'm sure they're all right with that. Don't worry. Two very established and well-paid orcs.
Well, either way, NBK gonna go hunting for these remaining guns. The AK that's picked up by RPK, saved into the next round. More importantly, the AWP that's in the hands of Smiths, but chances of him doing anything with it, well, he's been quiet so far in this game, that's for sure.
15 plays 7 now, they have got the AWP, as you said, but they're going to be coming in with Novas, Max 7s, AWP, and an AK and a 5.7. So you'd assume, I know Smiths absolutely goes off this round, which he, like you said, hasn't been doing whatsoever. This should be going 1-0 in favour of EnVyUs. They look very good, actually, so far in the second half. G2 unable to really step up. They've won a couple of rounds here and there, but getting reset time and time again. The force play is not really working in their favour. And a faster play this time. Devil leading the charge towards long A, looking for this first frag, but the CTs are more passive this time. Not going to be showing that 3-man stack, and it's going horribly wrong. But somehow they step up. They get the first 2 kills, instantly replied. But now 3-on-3 and a heavy utility advantage in favour of the terrorists.
And Scream, he's the only one inside of the site. He's behind the van. He's already spotted up. MBK's on 5 HP, so can't go for the peek immediately. He's got the bag 7. He wants the jump. Little does he know that it's 5 HP, or he would have already faced this situation. He will now, misses it up close. Now he's going to get taken down potentially from behind because they've wrapped in, and that is unfortunate. 16-7, Envy take first map. Not what we were necessarily looking to claim with G2.
Yeah, from what we saw yesterday, based on what we saw from Body, it's difficult to say how they're going to approach every single map. Obviously, bringing a new player in. Hi. What's that?
I don't know.
I think that's supposed to be in your ear, man.
I think so.
What I was going to say is, obviously, we saw them on 3 maps yesterday. We didn't see Cobble. Although it sounds like quite a easy procedure, bringing one player in and say, oh, you're just going to do this. It's difficult to have that much practice against a deep map plus 7 to actually get him in there and actually working effectively. And it seemed like their T-side especially, EnVyUs were just dominating them time and time again. They got 5 rounds eventually, but that was just down to Scream getting 4 or 3-mans as they were running and just doing simple B rushes. So I think EnVyUs looked a lot more dominating in that fashion.
Also, what we forgot to mention in the pregame is that obviously Shocks spend a lot of time playing in this EnVyUs team with a slightly different lineup, and at some point he was also the in-game leader of the team, so they know what to expect from his style of in-game leading. You could see it in the first half as well, how they were in contrast to Gambit. Yesterday they were spending their nades earlier, and they were able to fend off G2. Initially, the first round that EnVyUs lost was an anti-eco round, basically, where G2 only had a couple of Tech 9s, Deagles, and so on, and they were pretty dominant throughout that game, winning both pistols as well. And MBK had a great game, and he always seems to play well in these grudge matches when these two teams face each other.
I think he always plays well on Cobble's CT side. He always looks very strong in that drop-down area. Even when they're getting wrecked on that map, he seems to be the one actually finding them kills and actually holding them off that particular area. So I was actually pretty impressed with him as usual. But yeah, pretty disappointing. Like I said, G2 are always going to struggle on the T side of Cobble when there's a new team. They're still trying to work things out. And obviously, we've got different thing. We've removed the in-game leader from G2, right?
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
This is like completely changed things up now. So it's kind of interesting.
That's an important note to make. And we kind of concluded yesterday that Shocks was the most likely to be calling. And remember, they were the team that qualified yesterday for this league. They were not one of the invitees, but Shock's calling, and maybe that showed a little bit today because he was lackluster in the first half with his killing performance, his frag power. Sure. We do move to Dust 2, though, and Dust 2 has been, in my opinion, G2's best map as of late. Cloud9, okay, granted, Cloud9 gave them a ton of room to push in those B tunnels, but they did it yesterday as well against Gambit.
Yeah, this is one of the maps where it's more the puggy style map. You always say it's like Dust 2. Everyone knows how to play it. You don't have to have a massive book of tactics going into it. You can just have the defaults working. Your key players can just use their gut instinct and have mid-round calls, work frags, and use the spawns as well. It's like a classic CS map in that sense, though it's more deathmatch style. So this is where G2 really can come to life, and we saw it yesterday. They looked great on this map, and hopefully they can replicate that form because Cobble just didn't seem like the right setting for them.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And also, as we pointed out, it's a map that Smiths enjoys playing a lot, plays much better on it than he does on some of the other maps, much more proficient with the AWP as well. We know Shocks enjoys it on the T side individually, goes for those fast cat takes by himself pretty much and so on. And I do expect much more from G2 here, but the thing is, as you said, Dust 2 is a really simple map as well.
Yeah.
And even though EnVyUs doesn't play it right now, they have played it a bit before in the past. It is something that's you can easily adjust to it, right? And then when you have players like Apex, like Kenny S, if they get off to a good start, you could see this going well for EnVyUs. But all in all, I feel it's going to be a much closer game at least. I feel that G2 are the favorites on this one, and I would expect them to take it and take us to a third map.
I think that's fair. Judging what I saw from Scream, he seems like he's in fantastic form right now.
Yeah.
Smith's not so much. He was actually on, like 4 kills for the end, maybe 5 or 6. And
This is Smith's map, though.
that's what I'm
where we
saying.
see-
Like, this is his map, but if he had posted similar sort of numbers to what we saw then, that's going to be very disappointing for them. He's going against Kenny this time. Yesterday was against Mo. Who would you rather face in an all battle?
I would rather face Mo.
Right, so that's my point. So this is where he can go absolutely
I'd
ham
rather
against.
face Kenny because I'm the man and I just want glory, but most people would rather Mo.
And you would get wrecked.
You know what? I'm going to get wrecked either way, so I might as well go down against the best.
It's true.
You like
down
going
swinging.
down.
That's enough of that. On that note, on that bombshell, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's Dust 2, Map 2. See if G2 can climb back in. That's a lot of 2s into this series and force out map number 3. Finally, another number. We'll see in a second.